So I'll continue my walk along the cliffs in Hermanus. It's a little later. I've walked a few kilometers and I'm still on the cliff path, but I'm out of the milkwood forest. And as you can hear the sea, you cannot hear it anymore really, because we're on high cliffs and we're walking on this lovely path where there are lots of little lookout spots and just embracing the ocean in this early hour of the morning. Look at these gorgeous grasses, and here comes a lovely dog. People use this path very much. It's used by runners and walkers and tourists alike. Now it takes a kind of swing, but we are now out of that beautiful dense forest, the milkwood forest, and we're back in the open, and now you can see the gorgeous surrounds, the mountains, and gorgeous sky this morning, and then of course the great expanse of the ocean and the town of Hermanus, which is growing and growing, and I'm not really surprised because it is such a gorgeous place. Really, it's another one of those gems of which we have many in South Africa. And as you may know, I was living in Sedgefield, which is another gorgeous gem on the coast, but further down. So here we go. Good morning. And now we have to come right up against the construction of some houses, which, my goodness me, I don't know if I'd call these houses. These are like palatial structures, but nevertheless, just look at their view. No wonder they want to be here. And I'm going to avoid this big advertising board and sneak down this little passageway. All this beautiful nature on the left, and out we come. It wasn't so hard to endure. Sad, but not difficult. Lots of wild grasses, beautiful different grasses, and all this gnarled, what we call fynbos, which I think translated into English, it's an Afrikaans word. Fyn means fine and bos means bush. So it is indeed, look at this gorgeous rock bank, the fine bush, the fynbos of South Africa. It's highly protected, it is super durable. In the winter months, this coast is battered by storms. The winds blow up the cliffs, and it's possible to see more in the milkwood forest how the trees actually bend to the wind. I hope this is not too bumpy. Sorry, but I'm on a slightly bumpy path. But yes, there would normally, I can just see some seals flippers flapping around in the ocean. This is normally where we would see the whales. Whales come here in their hundreds and maybe in their thousands from round about May, June to August, September. Apparently these bays get filled with krill, and they feed here and they give birth here, and they spend a few months with their calves in this very large protected bay, which is a sight to behold. It has been the thing that has drawn me back year after year after year to Hermanus. And I think the first time I came here was in 1978. And I saw the whales, and I could not believe that these mighty creatures could just raise themselves out of the water and splash down, causing a tidal wave almost. these beautiful rock flats. And yes, not one, not two, not 10. Many of them. And in those days, it wasn't really a thing to watch the whales. Nobody watched the whales. There was not really many people here. Now it's a huge part of the tourism, and there are strict rules about going near the whales in boats. But because of the location of the cliffs and the depth of this bay, they come very, very close. And you're always up above them on the path, and even with binoculars. But you can see them very clearly. You can see their markings. You can see everything of the whales. You can even see their eyes. And that is quite something. And then, of course, you hear them blowing, especially at night. At night, if you're anywhere near the cliffs, from your home, wherever, you get to hear the whales blowing. So I think now I have to actually leave the path and go onto the road, because there's a section which has been blocked off, and that is a huge controversy, because this is an area that is open to the public and has been for many years. But some of these newcomers and people with lots of money have caused a rumpus. So let's see. I'm going to pause it for now. Let's see. I might come back. So I think I'm almost at the end of the manicured lawns and homes section and returning back to the natural bush. I am really sweating. And my final destination is a beautiful big tidal pool, where I'm going to go for a very fresh early morning swim. Good morning. And hello. I will be greatly looking forward to that. Plunging into the cold water. It's not going to be freezing cold. I was actually at the beach yesterday, and I was quite surprised. We are technically, here's just a little aside from the path, back to the path. We are technically on the Indian Ocean side, but I guess our waters still mingle very much with the Atlantic, and we are still quite far south. So it's not as warm as it was where I was staying in Sedgefield. The temperatures there, I think, were around about 16 to 18, maybe even to 20 degrees. But here it's going to be more like 12, 14, something like that. But still manageable. Most definitely, I am ready. I am hot and sweaty.
Good morning.
Morning, morning. Can you imagine waking up to this every day, coming for your early morning run, walk, and then plunging into the beautiful ocean? So I'm going to end off on this section, and the next time you see me, I'm going to be at the tidal pool.